Subscribe for Reddit's controversial opinions. Women need to be told to keep their hands to themselves like men are. Men are constantly told to never touch a woman without her consent, and rightfully so, and I approve. But 4E noticed something. A lot of women seem to think they're entitled to touch anyone, grope anyone, slap someone's butt, and generally act like creeps. That's not equality. Women need to be told this too. It's only fair. I agree that everyone shouldn't be touching people without their consent. As a gay man in good shape, I couldn't agree more. Lots of women seem to think that the combination of being gay and having a nice body is an open invitation to grab and grope as much as they want. It is definitely a thing that needs to happen. Women do get away with casual sexual advances that men absolutely wouldn't. That said, I'm not overly against someone giving me a gentle slap in good humor, particularly if they're good looking. Lady at work felt me up the other day, squeezing my arms and shoulders because I was apparently a little firmer than she expected. I was a little uncomfortable, but not enough to warrant a complaint or confrontation. But yeah, I don't know where people get off thinking that's cool and all. If I did that, it would be sexual harassment. I was okay with this sort of thing when I was single, but as a married man, this kind of thing makes me recoil like I stuck a penny in a light socket. All the same, I agree that it's better to be safe than sorry. Don't assume, just ask. This makes me think about this girl a long time ago that tried to force me to kiss her at a party. In a kitchen full of people, she grabbed me by the head and tried to pull me in, but I pushed her away. It was really fucking weird, actually. The last time I thought about that, it was a funny college anecdote, but now I'm kind of thinking it was fucked up actually. Like, who does that? This girl yanked my beard hard when I was drunk and I nearly fell over. That shit needs to stop. I think men are so much stronger. I was grabbed off the street and he was so strong that really I could not get him off me. If someone had not gone in that alley causing him to look up and let his hand off my throat so I could scream making him run off, I may have not made it. Men are so strong they shouldn't hit women. But, I can't stand a fucking woman who thinks it's fucking okay to use that shit like a loophole and hit and smack a man and think he should not hit back. I have seen men get in trouble for just holding a woman's arms to stop her from hitting him. Things aren't cut and dry the way people want them to be. I am aggravated with this idea that we are supposed to just believe all women no matter what. How about we doubt everything? Doubt just means uncertainty. Starting with belief or certainty is calling someone a liar. Starting with doubt isn't calling anyone a liar. I was a CPS investigator for years and I started every investigation with doubt. I never just automatically believed anyone. I have seen really heinous people make up all kinds of things. Parents getting a child to lie about sex abuse so they can get full custody. Kids lie, parents lie, men and women. They lie. Believe no one. Start with doubt. Starting with certainty is calling someone a liar before you know anything. Until I did that job, I really didn't know just how easy it is to fuck up someone's life on just one person's word against the other. No one should be putting their hands on anyone without their consent, regardless of gender. Also, on the same note, if you call a man getting raped forced sex, then feel free to fall into a ditch on your way home. It's rape, and should be prosecuted as such. My mother keeps grabbing my ass. Really often. I've been told I have a nice ass, but I just try to react badly to her touching me, but it's just unexpected. Yeah, seriously. This girl at my school randomly slapped this kid's butt and nobody batted an eye, but if a boy I know did that and got expelled. Also, they think they can just hit a man without consequences. Remedy starts with women telling other women it's not okay. I believe in a larger hands-off holistic way of living, which was bred from a few years in Japanese culture and being pushed by too many people in public. Hands off, unless invited. They also get away with calling everyone honey, sweetie, etc. I don't care, but I know I'd get fired if I did that shit. Are we just gonna ignore the fact that touching people of the opposite sex during conversations can be appropriate in some situations? The last 3 times we've gone line dancing, I've had someone else's wife smack my ass. For some reason my wife finds it much more amusing than I do. 8. I've found when you tell a gal to keep her hands to herself, or a related statement, most will have the impulse to do the opposite, more than men. This is so unpopular. I haven't seen a lot of that, but I am a woman and I don't like being touched by people I barely know, and this is something I see mostly with women over about 50. I'm not your kid. I am not 7 years old. Don't fix my hair. Don't fix my shirt tag. Don't touch my arm to talk to me. I'm not a touch person, and whatever it was you are fixing is probably fine until I next walk to the restroom. Boundaries. Got my shoulder grabbed at work the other day. Best be sure I told her to keep her booger hookers off. The part you guys won't believe was how she reacted. Huh. I guess that's fair. This reads like a drunken caller on C-SPAN, I have to say. I was a bouncer for 4 years and I was groped, ass smacked, and touched in a lot of ways that would have resulted in a guy getting kicked out of the bar by me if he had done that to a girl in the bar. I mentioned the double standard on my nerves to some of the female bartenders one time, and they just kind of laughed. So I asked them if they wanted me to stop interfering on their behalf when guys did it to them, and they said it's not the same because I'm not in any real physical danger from the women doing it to me. While I saw their point, I was still kind of pissed because basically they were saying they shouldn't do that, but it's not like you're gonna get raped. It was basically saying when a big dog bites, it's aggressive, when a chihuahua bites, it's just a little feisty and high-spirited. I used to constantly have my butt pinched by my friends' moms growing up. Even my mom thought it was cute. If a man did that to a female he would be in jail. But since they were women it was okay. I'm a woman and I support this message. I was going to say that's actually a popular opinion, but now that I think of it, it's true. One story was during lunch break in school. A girl pushed me when I was going to heat up my sandwich in the microwave, so I grabbed her by the shoulder to tell her that she's being annoying, and first thing she does is scream rape. Her friends even supported her, saying stuff like men always rape. Or women get to do whatever. Stop being sexist. I'm glad cameras, witnesses, and whatnot exists, or else my life would have been ruined before even graduating school. This is a subjective case. 32M. I feel all people are told to keep their hands to themselves. Not only women. The amount of women that will grope or slap your ass are still less frequent than the men that will grope or slap a stranger's ass still in today's society. With that said, since more men do it, it makes sense to repeat it more often to us. Now, furthermore, I am a touchy person. I have learned to not be this way. But since I know I am that way, I find little issue in others touching me. Sure, there are rare times when a female I don't know touches too much. But it still happens to women more than men. You just don't notice, probably because you are a man, and why would you notice what people tell women? As a woman I agree, women do this to me as well and I hate it. Oh yeah, lol. This white trash girl used to grope my ass a lot back in high school. I didn't know this was sexual assault at the time, but honestly I don't think it would have gotten anywhere if I tried to report it. Homosexuals too. A girl at work slapped my ass and said, "I can tell you have been doing your squats." Imagine if I slapped her ass and told her that in the workplace. Goodbye job. I yearn for true gender equality. It's so annoying calling men trash and then going around saying women are equal to men and shit like that. Of course, there are some men who do this too, but even so, not fucking unpopular dude. As a boy, a mean girl once gave me a really painful nipple twister. I can guarantee you that she got in no trouble whatsoever. If I'd done that to her I would have been straight up expelled, LMAO. I am a woman and I agree with this. There was a woman I worked with who would constantly touch me, and I couldn't stand it. Also, a different woman slapped my ass one day and was surprised at the firmness of it, and had all the other women slapping my ass all shift. Who could possibly think that's appropriate? I was out with 2 friends a few months back and this one girl kept coming up to me and grabbing my dick on the dance floor. Turns out she was also grabbing both my friends' dicks. Come to think about it, Last weekend I was out and a girl kept grabbing my dick as well. Thing is, I didn't care and neither did my friends. We thought it was funny. I'm not saying it is okay, I'm just being honest. I don't mind a nice ass pat squeeze. I was super skinny all my life and had typical white boy no ass. Then when I hit 30 I filled out and from my physical job got more defined, bigger muscles, so I have a nice tight ass now. A co-worker jokingly slapped it one day when I was in basketball shorts and was like, WTF, how do you have a nicer ass than my wife? Then immediately said no home and never speak of this. So I take it as a nice compliment. Even if it's a gay dude at a bar. I'm not gay or into men, but it's nice to have a fine feature appreciated. Who are your guys' parents? Whose parents never taught them that you don't invade people's personal space? Good God. I hate being touched. Especially my face and hair. Hugs are terrible. Any sort of touching I can't see the reason behind makes my anxiety levels skyrocket. Had a lady massage my shoulders once and everyone in the room saw my face get red and I was visibly uncomfortable. I severely disliked this woman, so they thought it was anger. It was like 10% anger and 90% anxiety. I get told it's harassment for hugging a woman or giving compliment, but I can't tell you how many times those same girls have touched my hair without asking me. When they found out I was a bit of a germaphobe, they would try to lick me and make jokes about how do I have sex and so on. I would bring this up to the client, and my boss, and they were both just kind of like, well, sometimes people just mess around, you gotta loosen up a bit. This same female boss told me I violated someone's privacy because I asked them if they were married. I think this kind of double standard feeds into my misogyny.